Welcome to another edition of the Bones of Advertising. This guy here is John Douglas and I'm Craig McLeod, and I'm going to introduce him today just for something different. I'm just going to come in with a little bit of radio. And my next guest, no, not my next guest, my partner in crime is John Douglas. JD, welcome. Nice to have you on board.
Oh, pleasure to be here as usual. A great pleasure to be here, my friend. How are you? How have you been? You're looking very bright and cheery. Look, you got a jacket on. You buddy.
Yeah, I'm feeling very. Today I was expecting to have a meeting with some activewear company, but it's second time postponed. So if they don't come up, we might give them a little. Are you serious? But yeah. No. So I'm all dressed and dressed up with nowhere to go.
Wow. Well, let's go. Let me take you on a journey. Let me take you on an adventure.
Is this what we call an advertorial or an advertising journey? Are we about to embark on some kind of?
Yeah, we're about to look at brilliance and bullshit. That's what we're about to look at. There's a little bone for us to pick on.
Is that you and me? Brilliance and bullshit?
No. Because that would be very hard. It'd be very hard to put a paper between those two.
I don't know. I think the line's right there in the middle of us right now, my boy.
No, I was disappointed. I was disappointed this week.
Okay. What disappointed you, mate?
I was disappointed. I was going back over the. I like advertising. You
don't like it. You love it.
I do. And I
you really do love it. Like if there's a guy I know who loves it, it's you, because you are worldly, because you talk to me of ads from all over, which is the brilliance of the experience you bring. You're not just looking only at Australia, but I love that you can see this, this breadth of creativity, from Super Bowl ads to, one of our favorite agencies in the UK that we follow. Like, I love it. There's just some really good stuff.
There are some really good stuff. And I'm a little disappointed in Australia. I'm a little disappointed in Australia. I think Australia needs to pull its socks up. I think we need to. We stop telling the world how bloody good we are, because all the evidence points in the opposite direction. Unfortunately, no, there've been some really good ads. I've got to say, there've been some really good ads. But the ad that was voted by Umbrella as the best ad in Australia, best TV ad in 2020, was this.
Stupid!
And
wow,
I mean, it's a lovely piece of film. It's a lovely piece of film, but does it answer the big question, the only question that matters? Does it let people know why we're advertising? Can anyone who's looked at that ad go, other than making the people who made the ad feel good and making the people who bought the ad, NRMA? I had to look up that ad 3 times to remember who it was bloody from. Disappointed. Like, why are we doing it? We're either doing it to sell product, or we're doing it to set the audience up to like our brand enough that they'll buy our product when they need to.
Okay, JD. They failed on both levels.
Does it make me want to go out and immediately buy some NRMA home insurance? No. Does it set up any significant new brand assets that allow me to then, going forward, think, they're those people? Not that I can see. They may be setting
up using koalas in everything moving forward.
unless they start using koalas in everything moving forward. And I know that in 2021, they've done a follow-up, here's buddy Kev the koala or whatever his bloody name is.
Kev is a ripping name for the koala. Kev, like Kev Rudd. He's another disappointment in Australia.
Yeah. And he looked a bit like a koala as well.
He was angry too. He was like a wild koala.
Yeah. But was that better than Snoop Dogg's menu log?
I don't think so. No, I completely agree with you that if you're going to say that it's the best ad, now is it because was Snoop Dogg's ad shot and created in Australia? Was that the
maybe
predicated?
Maybe
did it have to be an Australian-made ad? Because obviously that wasn't made here.
It would have to be an Australian-made ad.
Yeah, okay.
But if that's the best we can do,
what about Wooly Wooly? One of our favourite.
Wooly Wooly.
How good is it? Well, instant.
But immediately, you know exactly who it's from, don't you?
You do. And it can be anywhere. That can be on in another room and you'll hear, Wooly, Wooly, and we love it. And you just know, okay, yep, what's on, what either the specials or they're talking about, prices that they've reduced. It's a whole bunch of components that really connect. But as far as an asset goes, wow, auditory, you just know straight away, Woolies is on.
Yeah, and it makes me feel a little bit joyful.
It does.
About Buddy Woolworths.
Yeah, and we love a jingle. I mean, one of our favourites, the old meat pie, kangaroos and Holden cars. I mean, we're happy little Vegemites. Like a jingle is a really, really good brand asset. And I think the Woolly Woolly one's one of the best from the current day. I mean, down from Cole, really connected as well, although I didn't like the old stupid big hand from, baseball in America or whatever it was, but down was another kind of example of that.
It was so simple. Like it connected with the simplicity of what do people most want from large chain supermarkets is prices.
Yeah, reduced numbers.
They grabbed that little customer driver and they rode that puppy home as hard as they possibly could.
Woo, here we come down the straight. JD, what about you and I? Well, you are definitely a bit of a wine connoisseur.
I'm a bit of
and you love just a Chardonnay in the afternoon with Mr. Douglas. But we also love a beer every now and then together, particularly after we've slapped the white ball around 18 holes together. But tell me about the beer ad that you want to talk about.
I love a beer. One of my favorite beer ad posts is the Corona from where you'd rather be. It was the only beer ad I
love it.
Yeah, the only beer I've ever seen that made me actively want a beer at 8 o'clock in the morning. The first time I saw it was brilliant.
Yeah.
The new beer ad from Anheuser-Busch, which
will play now.
So when you say, let's grab a beer, it's never just about the beer.
Come on, I'm buying you a beer.
Okay.
What do they say?
Flight crews next door eating pizza.
It's how you say, I'm glad we're stuck together.
Here's the new friends.
Lydia, we sure could use your help on this.
Or,
okay,
you deserve to be here.
Congrats.
Or, I'm really sorry.
No, not yet.
It's a way to say, shake it off.
It wasn't that noticeable, was it?
Yeah, only if you have ears.
So when we're back,
I can't do Friday. I got a date.
why don't you bring her here?
let's remember, it's never just about the beer. It's about saying that simple human truth.
Come on, let's grab a beer.
We need each other.
Wow, how good was that, JD?
How good was that? What they great, like Anheuser-Busch is the biggest beer business in the world, I believe. Like they're massive. So they know how to make beer and they know how to make beer ads.
They do. This was brilliant.
Yeah. And they also understand that where beer fits in the psyche of sometimes it's the like VB, it's the, it's the beer you earn.
Yep.
But sometimes
I got it.
Sometimes a beer is just a beer. Like it's just a way of it's about It's the fluid that connects us socially.
Yeah.
And this is just, I thought this was just a lovely little reminder of, gee, find a mate and then go and have a beer. Like,
So
it's
good.
just
And
delightful.
It's the beer being the glue between us. You know, it's like the scene when they're in the boardroom was one of my favorites. So they're all there having a beer, and one of the other people gets up to go, and they're like, no, here, come and like, now you're part of the team. You're having you've arrived. Like, that was brilliant. Or when the guy, it looks like he's been sacked, and his mate gets up with the box as well, and let's go and have a beer. Like, just boom, straight away. Like, so clever, just giving you those daily occurrences, but how beer is bridging and connecting us. So it's not the fact that you want to have a beer, you want to connect.
Yeah. And you know, the trend, like the global insight that is absolutely plugged into, is this growing sense of a need for community around the world. COVID, like one of the big trends that is washing through the world at the moment, is this need to connect with people, reconnect with people, to discover who your gang is and who your community is. And this global behemoth, Anheuser-Busch, has said, we don't care what beer you drink.
Yep, it's just beer.
It's just beer. Go and have a beer, because there's every chance that if you go and have a beer, it's going to be one of ours.
Pretty likely,
especially in America. Yeah. But like, it was just it ticks all of the lovely boxes that allow you to actually want to go and buy. Why are we advertising? We want people to go and have a beer.
We want people to actually do something. That's it. You know, we're driving behavior. That's what we're trying to do, right? So JD, you know, I am a chip. I'm a chipman. I am an aficionado when it comes to the fry. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. And
we love chips so much that we went and got ourselves one of the largest chip manufacturing clients in the world together, you and I, simply because of my penchant for the potato.
Penchant for the fry.
But McDonald's decided they would do what, JD, when they were announcing Wi-Fi? Now, this is just pure brilliance.
McDonald's advertising, if you want a masterclass in advertising, of just setting up brand assets and leveraging those brand assets to sell product and to make people smile, go and look at the back catalogue of great McDonald's advertising.
Yeah.
There it is. There's your MBA in marketing right there.
Yeah.
So it's this poster they've done. This poster they've done is just delightful. Like, it's just so
good.
Oh, they've got Wi-Fi. Like, and it's and I could do with a chip. Like I'm just gonna. I think I may need to look up what's on the news.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love it. And it's almost telling you, would you like fries with that as well as Wi-Fi? Because we can mix Wi-Fi and fries together, like, just so clever and delightful. So simple.
Just delightful. And another great use of the brand assets.
And probably a Lamb Western chip too, my boy, over in the States, most likely.
Yeah. Just a harmless plug for one of your clients.
Just a harmless plug. The Idaho potato guys.
Yeah, they're very good.
Very good.
The lovely Vegemite ads they ran on Australia Day, which is that delightful tastes like Australia, but written in Urdu and written in Vietnamese.
So clever.
And it's just, you look at it.
Back to your point of culture. You know, we're from everywhere. We are this hodgepodge. And it's a beautiful thing, you know, written in all these languages. But you know what? This is the taste of Australia, which may well have been mastered on the old Marmite from the UK in the original sense. But whatever they did, we made it better. And we made it quintessentially Australian, my boy.
Yeah. And I think the Marmite is still doing that. You either love it or you hate it, which is delightful. Like,
which is really love it.
Really love it.
Yeah, I do love it too, by the way.
Yeah.
Marmite.
But But Australia is like, you know, in England, you can love it or you hate it. It's un-Australian not to love Vegemite. Like,
God,
absolutely.
I remember my brother, the absolute legend that he is, Uncle Paulie, scoop of Vegemite out, boom, in the gob on the teaspoon. Now that is a Vegemite lover.
Yeah.
Loved it.
My mother had one of those homespun recipes for killing a cold.
Tell me it's not like a Bonox with Vegemite.
No, it is. It's a Vegemite. It's a big scoop of Vegemite in a hot water, in a boiling water like Bonox, but with Vegemite, and it tastes like liquid, as you would imagine, like liquid Vegemite. And I don't know a German in the world that would want to hang around after drinking that, but she swore by it, and she's 84, and she keeps on ticking.
Still going, still straight back.
Still straight back. Hit a couple of sixes last year just to prove that she could still do it. Whack over the fence. It's good.
Love it.
Now, a couple of others just to close. A couple of others just to wander through the. We are about to be inundated in the advertising world by Olympic ads.
If it goes ahead, if there's not a breakout in Japan.
If there's not a breakout in Japan. And Toyota had beaten everyone to the punch. They've come out and they've said, let's be inspirational. And it's a classic Olympic advertising trope. You know, it's that whole sense of, look at the challenges we've had to overcome. And wasn't she just marvelous? And look at, and let's all get behind our Olympic athletes, and made me cry. It made me cry.
It definitely, it tugs at the heartstrings, that one, but just so well shot. I mean, we talk about cinematography sometimes, and even back to NRMA, I know we've given it a little bit of a shit canning, but it was shot spectacularly. Like, it looked beautiful. The actual work done by the DP and you know, the director on that was spectacular, no doubt whatsoever.
Oh, that whole idea of, I love the fact that she swum past all her challenges.
Yeah.
Like it was just the subtext and the stories that went around it. And you could see the mother saying, you know, something inspirational at the end. You could see that coming from bloody Werribee.
Like, you would have seen that from, gosh, further than Werribee, almost down at Torquay, my boy.
Like, it was just like, and here it comes. Yeah, and now I'm going to cry.
There's one more that I'd like you to talk about, JD.
Let me dance you down one of the most delightful campaigns of 2020.
So good, this.
And the follow-up for 2021.
Brilliance.
So, Mother in London.
Let's tip our
hats off to you. Hats off to Mother in London.
That was spectacular.
Quite brilliant.
Quite brilliant.
That whole idea of, you know, it's bad for you, but gee, just bloody magnificent.
So clever.
Yeah. Really, really good. Now, unfortunately for KFC, COVID. You remember COVID? You remember COVID?
Stuff that completely, because not only can you no longer lick your fingers, you can't lick any windows, you can't lick floors, you can't lick anything anymore. You have to keep your tongue in your mouth.
Yeah, which is sad.
Which is sad when you've been eating KFC, because how else do you get that beautiful goodness off your fingers?
Yeah. And it was, you know, you could tell that
come in.
They'd done a lot of there's a lot of and they could have just gone, oh bugger, and let their frustration and just let it go and run. No, those clever little
mothers.
Yeah.
Clever little mothers.
Chicken lovers, those clever little mothers in London.
Yeah.
Followed up with this.
Wow. Now that is clever. That is so smart.
Yeah, it's good. That's what it is.
Just for now. For now, it's just good.
Yeah. It's just good. Yeah.
It's got like our Sharpie out and we put our line through everything that says finger licking.
Yeah. It's just like and it actually makes finger licking just that little bit more. Oh yeah, I know it's naughty. I know it's naughty.
It's almost like you hide away. Just no, I wasn't licking my fingers. No, I wasn't.
Not at all.
It does, doesn't it? It all makes you feel like, oh, hope no one's looking because I can't help myself. So bloody good, JD. Really, really good.
And it made me the first, it's so good. It really made me think, oh, well, I know what I may be having for lunch,
And again, it comes back to that point you were trying to make with the NRMA. Is it driving you, compelling you to go out and get something right now? Well, hell yes. When someone puts a Sharpie through finger licking, but shows me all of the goodness, and now all of a sudden I'm like, if I'm in the car doing a little bit of shame eating, no one's going to know because I'll just be like,
and that might look suspicious in the streets at all. No, but the other thing it's doing is it's reinforcing a very simple, ownable, memorable brand asset.
Absolutely, mate. So true. And again, going back to Woolly Woolly, it's about building the things that will trigger that memory in the mind when someone's thinking about, gosh, what am I going to have for lunch? And then boom, hold on. Oh, what's that? That's a finger. I might want to lick him a little bit later. I'm heading to KFC. Like, so clever.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
So good.
So I think Australia, you pick up your socks.
Australia. That's the message from JD. And that's been another edition of the Bones of Advertising. Don't go changing. I'll see you next week.
You take care, mate.